I welcome you all to this series of talk on plant systematics. This is for the students of BSc Honors who are at their home due to lockdown. I wish them all to be healthy and fine with their family members. In the first lecture of this series, we will discuss the systems of plant classification. Classification is nothing but the grouping of plants on the basis of available information following some defined rules or system. According to a rough estimate, the number of plant species is about 4 lakhs. Out of these, more than 50% belong to flowering plants. If we go into history, plants were classified by the early men also, but such a classification was mostly need based. They used to group the plants depending upon their utility. Say, for example, some plants are grouped under food crops, some under medicinal, and so on. But the actual documentation of plants in the form of a system began with the work of Theophrastus, who classified plants on basis of their habit. Some plants were placed under herbs, some plants were kept under shrubs and trees. He studied nearly 500 plants, and because of this initial work, he is known as father of botany. People continued classifying the plants after him, and they gave their classification on basis of available information. We study all these classifications under three major categories. These are artificial, natural, and phylogenetic. The basis of all these classifications was the gross morphology of the plants. In artificial system, we place those classifications in which plants are grouped taking into consideration one or few characters. As discussed earlier, Theophrastus divided plants on basis of habit into four groups: herbs, undershrubs, shrubs, and trees. Similarly, some workers considered cotyledon characters and some taken other characters to classify the plants. Such type of classification continued up to Linnaeus. His classification was based on mainly floral characters, particularly the number and attachment of stamens. The classification of Linnaeus was the last system under artificial category. Thus, from Theophrastus to Linnaeus, nearly 2000 years, the period belonged to artificial system of classification. Then the period of natural system came. Here the authors took all the characters of plants. They studied each and every parts of the plant to formulate their classification. D. Jesse, D. Candolle were the pillars, and they considered all the morphological characters of the plants in making subgroupings. It continued up to Bentham and Hooker. Their classification was the last and widely accepted system. Most of the herbaria in India and Commonwealth countries are based on this system. We also follow Bentham and Hooker system to classify the plants in our laboratory. The advent of Darwin theory of evolution changed the entire course of thinking, and taxonomists began to establish evolutionary descent or genetic relationship in their classification, and this gave birth to the phylogenetic concept. So, under phylogenetic system, the genetic relationship of the taxa are tried to establish, which is based on information gathered from various sources like anatomy, cytology, palynology, etc., in addition to external morphological characters of the plant. The important contributors to phylogenetic system of classification uh, in initial stages were Engler and Parental, Bessie, Hutchinson. They are considered to be the taxonomists of transitory phase of phylogenetic system. They gave the concept of primitive and advanced characters in the form of their principles. Further advancement was made because of their basic works. In later stages, taxonomists like Takhtajan, Cronquist, Thorne, and Dahlgren gave their classifications, and these classifications are very, very popular classifications. We should now conclude this talk. We have seen how the systems have evolved from considering one or few characters in classifying the plants to considering several characters with the to considering several characters and with the advancement of knowledge, people are gathering information from other sources also in establishing a proper phylogeny. This is all about today's talk, and thank you very much.